Jumbo everyone, welcome back to Capping Like a Corn. This is episode 2. I don't even know what I want to have for the title. Probably like men coercion and SA or men coercion consent, something along those lines. But essentially in this episode, episode 2, I kind of wanted to go over a little bit of my dating history and tell y'all exactly why I am the way that I am, why I don't trust people easily, why, more specifically for men, the bad experiences that I've had have outweighed the good. So at this point in my life, with being 23 years old and literally like if you even heard anything about episode 1, we're going to go a little bit more into depth in this episode just because I feel like I was re traumatized. And the thing about trauma is you really don't realize what happens until you actually sit down and reflect. So I'm currently outside, freshly high, because I feel like for this type of conversation, you need some type of drug in your system. And you know what? We'll talk about that later too, probably why I smoke the way that I do. But at one point, I was prescribed a med card. So that's literally my excuse that it's my medicine. And we're also going to talk about the people who be smoking and then they just be like, oh my God, I've given my life over to God. Okay, bitch, go ahead. But, anyways, I think, I'm just going to start at the beginning. I literally have no script. I'm sitting outside right now. It's currently raining, and I feel like this is kind of like the perfect environment to trauma dump on y'all before we really get into like the thick of it. I know a lot of people are going to be like, why are you airing out your information? Like, this is so oversharing. One, I just want to put out like the biggest trigger warning. Like, we are going to be talking about sexual assault, rape, coercion, like everything of that sort. So, if you are sensitive to that, if you know what I mean, if you don't want to listen to that, I would suggest clicking off now. This is a safe space. This is my space, and I'm allowing you to enter it. And if you don't agree with it, nobody is forcing you to stay. All right. All right. I'm also doing this just because sometimes, like I said, I'm sick of repeating myself. And I feel like whatever, man, go listen to episode 2 of my podcast if you really want to know, because I'm done like explaining myself at this point. And we'll just get into that. Like, I'm literally just going to be telling y'all everything. Like, because this is also for me too, because whenever I think back on even just not even like a sliver of hope that I would ever like go back to these people, but just to remind me of like this had to happen for me to learn and for me to post the advice that I do and really just like hone in on who I want to be in the future. And I feel like this is something that I've kept so like secretive, I guess. Like, when people ask me, I'm obviously pretty open about it. Like, there's nothing to lie about it. Okay, people know my business, so what? Like, I always say the truth will come out no matter what, so I might as well be the one telling the truth. And at the same point, I know that if I can tell my story, it can possibly help somebody else be less ashamed of telling their story. And also, it's unfortunate that rape and sexual assault is such a common thing, like a common theme and thing, kind of like that we all go through. So I just feel like with me talking about it and really just bringing light to this type of issue, more specifically coercion, because I feel like that's such a covert way of like getting away with this stuff, because it's like, well, I didn't want to do it at first, but then I ended up doing it. And even then, like, babes, that's sexual assault. So, anyways, we're just gonna start from like the very fucking beginning. Um, so yeah, let's get into it. I, like I said, grew up in Coon Rapids, Minnesota, and if you know anything about just the suburbs in general, Coon Rapids is what, like the seventh largest what suburb in Minnesota, I'm pretty sure. I think the population's around like 62,000. So like there was a lot of people like in my class. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like obviously Coon Rapids High School was predominantly white, but it was pretty diverse at the same time. Like, there were a decent amount of like black kids and Asian, Hispanic, like everything of that sort. There was a decent mix, but at the same point, like it was always going to be predominantly white, like bitch, we're in the suburbs. But it was also like a lot of, those Chicago kids that come, and even just like the suburb kids who are never a part of the hood, like they think that, oh, like I want to do gang bang and I want to like, babes, you come from fucking Coon Rapids, sit the fuck down. I already went over, yes, if you like even hear the name Coon Rapids, you're like, oh, Coon, we've been over it. I know. Also, people are probably like, why are you doxing where you grew up? Babes, I literally spoke at my high school graduation. Like, it's very easy to look me up and see where I, graduated. So that's why. And I don't live in that city anymore. So, yeah. And I will never live in that city because, no, that's like definite. Like, I'm fine living in the city, but going back to my hometown and like settling, fuck that shit. I don't need to see niggas that I grew up with. Anyways, so unfortunately, like I kind of just had to set the scene for y'all because like I feel like a lot of people don't understand black suburbia. And growing up in black suburbia, it's like, okay, well the white boys want the white girls, the black boys want the white girls. So who's dating the black girls? So it's like you almost in a way have to be like happy that you get even a sliver of attention. But I was like never on that. Like that's the annoying part is I literally liked two people basically my whole middle and high school. Like it's so unfortunate to say, and yes, they were two little white boys. Yes. Not ashamed about it. And the first one was actually my first boyfriend, but he rejected. This is what I be saying. The universe will like literally try to like give you a sign like, but you know me, I was a pick me back then. I was a bird. So sometimes it's hard to like sympathize at points because like I used to be there, but it's like I kind of broke free. But sometimes like when you were a bird, like sometimes you gotta like learn out of it, like because the recent story, like I was being a little bit of a bird, y'all, like, and that's why like almost in a way, not even like on some humiliation ritual type shit, but it's like I kind of have to expose myself so I never do that shit again, like dead ass. And I think that's also why I'm going more into depth in this like podcast rather than the YouTube video because at least this I can just yappa yappa yap. Anyways, so yeah, I liked two white boys from 6th grade to 12th grade on and off. The second one, unfortunately, I did lose my virginity to him. So, but I literally didn't lose my virginity until I was 17. And that was like something that I like knew. I was like, okay, I want to wait like a little bit. Like, I don't need to lose that shit at 14, 15. Like, you can wait a little bit till you're like 17. I felt like that was like a decent age, not 16, not 18, but 17. Okay. Lost it to the second boy. Like I don't know, that was definitely, both of them are giving karmic as fuck, karmic, because even when I was with them it was still just like being black in suburbia. But yeah, so I actually ended up doing stuff with the second boy first, lost my virginity to him. He was weird. Then he like, that's the thing too, like about being black is like these boys will say, oh, like I don't want to be in a relationship, bitch, with you, with you. And also like the girl that he was dating, she was a little cray cray too, but it's okay, we all were in middle school and high school, like, you know what I mean, first boyfriend, all that other stuff. But she said some real rude disrespectful shit to me. She was like, oh, he's never gonna get with her because she's black. Oh, and unfortunately I am fueled by spite, so I'm like, okay, watch this bitch, and then I went and fucked her ex. um but I wasn't like, I had no loyalty to that girl. Like, you're already talking shit about me because I'm black, so fuck you, watch this. So yeah, had sex with him like twice, and then he got a girlfriend for like 3 fucking years. And the crazy thing about his girlfriend was literally, her and I were close, so it's like, you know, what the fuck you were doing. Like, I don't know, maybe that's just white people, like they will get over on their friends, and I'm just like, oh, again, all right, bet. So he got with that girl. They were together for like what, 3 years or whatever, so I was like, okay, you do you. I was in a relationship too. But yeah, like I said, my only ex, because I've only been in one relationship, because it's hard to lock Reese down. Please don't play with me. Him and I, like, we were karmic too, but we didn't start dating until after we both graduated high school. After that, I was like, okay, well, you know, summer, we have free time. We don't have to go back to school in the fall. I mean, I did because I was actually going to college on like his bum bitch ass. But you know what? I try to give people grace because I tell everybody, like, don't go to college if you don't know what you want to do, because why would you go and waste your money and get in debt for a career that you're not actually going to do? Like, for me, I felt like I was very smart and I had hella scholarships. So I was like, fuck it. Like, you know what I mean? I'm also just an educated baddie, and I knew he wasn't for me, because why are you trying to encourage me to quit school when you're not in school too? Like, bitch, fuck you. Like, that was a test. Anyways, him and I were together for a year. A lot of racist shit went on in that family. Like, you know what I mean? Cause we, how do I say this? Just because I grew up in Minnesota doesn't mean that Minnesota isn't racist. Like Minnesota is very, very passive aggressive, and people will literally smile in your face but then like stab you in the back, which is actually like even scarier. Like I'd rather have somebody just like, be blunt straight up, like you don't like me, rather than like that's the scary shit, you know what I mean? So in that instance, like his family, like I'd say his mom's side was more obviously liberal, but his dad's side, ooh, we racist. Resourced. Went to Florida, nigga this, nigger that. Whoa, hard R too. Okay. Yeah, our relationship, it was like what is that, 19 theory or whatever, cuz you know what I mean, like got together when sorry. Got together when I was 18, broke up when I was 19. You know what I mean? So that's definitely 19 theory. Other than that though, like I also had birth control, so like us fucking, like I was never like concerned or anything like that because I'm like, a bitch got birth control, like I'm not scared to get pregnant, like you know what I mean? So after that, oh my god, guys, I literally skipped over the whole part why y'all are even here in the first place. But I'm just like trying to tell y'all my relationship first, because then we can go back and really tell y'all the juicy part. I need to see who's actually here to stay. Anyways, yeah, but like it was just giving, like I don't know, like how come I always have a job but you don't have a job? Like I was busting my ass literally my freshman year of college. Like my grades were so bad. My GPA was a 2.7, mind you. My GPA in high school never dipped below like a 3.4 GPA. So for it to be freshman year in college and I'm dating a bum ass nigga who can't do nothing for me and my GPA is a 2.7, yeah, get the fuck on my house, bitch. He was a bum ass bitch, sat on my fucking couch all day making beats. Like I can believe in a producer if you actually have connections, but nigga, when you don't want to do anything else but that, yeah, you're a bum. So trust me, like the reason why like the hobo sexual shit bothers me so much, and if you don't know what that means, it's basically like a broke bum who like leeches off of you and only has like sex to offer. They come to your house, they basically live with you, because mind you, I was living on my own. Like freshman year of college, I obviously had a roommate. Hey Nancy, if you're ever listening to this, I apologized to her so bad because I was like, girl, I definitely got my karma, because I understand the annoyance of fucking codependent relationships. But that was my first relationship, like first time being on my own. I didn't know how to act, like everything of that sort. So that's why I'm just like, ugh, I look back at times like that and I'm like, Jesus Christ. Like trust me, the frontal lobe is definitely like developing, and I'm definitely learning from my, past mistakes or whatever. But like with him, it just got to a point where I was like, he like tried to break up with me, and I tell this a lot, but like I've never I never told this online. And you know what? He probably is listening to this because this nigga listens to everything I do and watches everything I do. But why the fuck did he try to break up with me right before a whole paid ass trip to fucking Colorado? No, boo. I used them tears and I fucking cried because you're not about to break up with me right before I go on an all expense paid to Colorado. I know that sounds so crazy, and you would do it too for a check. I was an employee and I was going to get employee of the month, and that's on period. The fuck? I never been to Colorado before and I wanted to smoke some weed. So yes, I am going to stay in a little bit of a relationship for another month because I want to go on this vacation. Anyways, after that, like after a month, we came back, broke up with his ass. His brother literally said, like both his brothers said nigga around me. I'm just like, y'all are bold as fuck. His brother said nigga around me so many times and he never did anything about it. And I'm not gonna correct him because I'm the black one. What the fuck? You're dating a black woman. Why the fuck is your black girlfriend having to sit there and fucking, so y'all, I don't even want to get into it because it was definitely giving get out. But it took this man 3 months to talk to his brother and tell him that it's not okay to say the N word when you could have just like told him straight the fuck up. So yeah, also this was the same man that like choked me out, where I passed out twice. Yeah, that's another thing. Like this is why, like, and one of them was during sex, and this is why like niggas be wondering like why are you damn near asexual, bitch? Bitch, like I said, all the motherfucking cons outweigh the pros. Y'all can give a bitch a quick nut. Okay, cool, I can do that shit my fucking self. Anyways, so that was just like kind of like a rundown of like my first relationship and why I like haven't been in a relationship since. But before I even got in my relationship is where my first assault happened. I mean, not even first, because if I really, really want to be honest, first was back in childhood, but that's not ready to be shared just yet. I've been processing that on my own, and I feel like it's easier for me to process my adult like trauma, not even adult, because bitch, I was a teenager. Like, you know what I mean? Just like to for me to air that out, like the childhood stuff on the internet, that's something that I'm keeping like close to myself until I actually go to therapy and heal from that. But the like, teenager one, I can talk about that, and obviously, unfortunately, the most recent. I gotta take a deep breath for this one. I literally remember the day. It was Halloween of 2020, and it wasn't even like nothing crazy. I was talking to someone from my high school. He was a transfer student. We were in the same, what class was that? It was like something to do with like youth studies or like something along those lines. I don't know. But I do remember my teacher. And so he was in that class, whatever. And we like got close, but then like we stopped talking for a while. I don't even know like really really the timeline, but like this is what I mean by like when it comes to sexual assault and rape and even just coercion, majority of the times it is by someone that you know. And that's the unfortunate part of just the whole thing, because you would think that you can have trust in people that you know and that you have a relationship with. And this is why I have trust issues. And this is why I don't trust easily. So, like, even with the person that we're just going to call him Summer Fling. Okay. So, even with Summer Fling, like, when I would tell him, he's like, you're so like, you have all these walls up. I have them up for a reason. And you literally proved my point with what you fucking did. And this is why I have my walls up. This is why I'm mean to men. This is why I don't respect men. Because even when I've tried to respect men, when I've tried to be humble, when I've tried to not even meet them at their level, but just like not even settling either, because a bitch is quick to leave. I can be a stupid bitch at times, but then I remember I got free fucking will. I don't need to be doing this. Why am I yelling? You're blocked. You know what I'm talking about? So the thing with him, it was on Halloween, and like we had been talking in like, that flirty type of way, but I've told him like I'm not having sex. Like, and it's also just like for me personally, like when I have sex, like I want to be consistent with it, like, and to be consistent with that you need to be in a relationship. So for me it's more of just like I'm not going to just like give myself up to somebody that I'm not in a relationship with, especially with how sacred, even after, because it's like the person that I lost my virginity to, it's like, okay, we did it twice, but then after that, like I took what, a good year and a half from even doing anything like that. So to take that break and not do anything for a while, for me, that's where I'm just like, bitch, I kind of say it like I'm re-virginized. Like, you're abstinent for such like a period of time. It's like, bitch, I don't even remember what sex was like. Like, you know what I mean? So just in that instance, that's where I was just like, okay. I told him like I don't want to have sex unless I'm in a relationship. That is a boundary that I've had set since high school. Like literally since high school, I've always said I don't just be having sex willy-nilly. I've heard too many stories and I've learned from other experiences that that's just not something that I want to do, and it's not worth it because I'm such an emotional person and I get emotionally attached. I also know that I have abandonment wounds. So for you to kind of like take a piece of me, and already in high school I was starting to realize the spirituality with, you have sex with one person, and depending on who you've had sex with, I don't need that energy being transferred onto me. And that's where I'm also just like, when I got sick right before my business trip after doing stuff with Summer Fling and we were doing stuff sexually, that's where I'm just like, yeah, this isn't a good sign. The universe will always send you signs, because why are you getting sick right before you're supposed to go do something important and also something sexually? Okay, cool. Anyways, back to the story. And he knew that. So it's just like I went over his house. I'm pretty sure like while his mom was at work or whatever, but the thing is his mom would come back on break. And so the plan was to just go over and watch anime. Obviously, that's never the plan. Went over, and just like to say things plainly, like I basically said from the beginning, I don't want to have sex. And this is where I say coercion. Coercion, baby girl, because that is a very real thing. If you have a boundary set at the beginning and you tell that man, I know a lot of the times men can think that women are playing hard to get, but I told him, I don't want to have sex. Okay. So after all of that, we're making out, kissing, obviously just like being intimate, but not sexually intimate just yet. And it gets to a point he's like eating me out. Trash. Trash, by the way, I will say. As someone who knows their body very, 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 very well, I can already like make myself have an orgasm in a short period of time. Like when I tell you it can be 15, 30 seconds, like I don't need a lot of time. I know my body. I know how to do that shit. So like for somebody to be eating pussy, like I, you're going to have to know exactly what to do. And like you don't know my body, especially like if you're new. Mind you, we're in high school, but it's also like niggas are sluts in high school. And for me, I'm just like honest about that shit. I can do a little moan here and there, but if you're genuinely like not doing nothing for me, where I'm like, yes, right there, like keep going, what do you think you're doing? So that's where it was just like already trash. And then all of a sudden it goes to, oh, I'm just going to stick the tip in. That's why that song, it's a Kendrick Lamar song. Oh, what the fuck is it? It's like, let me put the head in. That song triggers me. Like, I like the song, but it triggers me because anytime that I listen to it and that's what is said, that's literally, oh my God. Like, anytime I'm just like even thinking about it, it's like, okay, being transported back, great. But that's what was said. It's, let me put the head in. The nigga did not put the head in. The nigga did 4 or 5 strokes. Oh, that's literally not what I wanted. And was there consent? No. Did he ask? No. After I had just said, I don't want to have sex. Now all of a sudden we're having rough sex. Whoa. I don't even like rough sex like that. I like passionate sex. And there's a difference. Like, also like that. I'm going to be referencing like a lot of references, also like songs too, just because I listen to so much like music now. And especially with graduating as an ASL interpreter and listening to songs for meaning, I can literally like a picture, like I visualize it very easily, like when listening to songs. So the thing, even like the Flo Milli song where she's like, damn, bass low and slow down, you fucking me like you hate me. Like that's what it was giving. And also the thing with, this is how I knew like this was so non-consensual because I disassociated. You're not supposed to disassociate during sex, bitch. Also, that's also another thing. He had a mirror. So it's like I'm watching myself be assaulted. Like he had a mirror right in front of his bed. Boom. That's also another red flag. If you are spiritual to any degree, you know that sleeping in front of a mirror, big no. Do not do that shit. That's why like even when I like went on my business trip recently, these motherfuckers had a mirror right in front of the fucking bed. I said, who designed this fucking room? Because clearly they are not spiritual. That is so terrible. So I literally had to cover up the mirror every single night while I slept because a bitch, I'm not getting no portals. What the fuck? I'm not inviting no fucking entities and shit to come. And me being vulnerable as fucking already being so tapped in to the spiritual realm and my dreams and the dream realm, especially because I'm also going to get into that later on when I talk about summer fling because like even just hold on y'all, had a little something in my throat. Even with everything, like how everything went down, it's more of just like coercion is such like a very sneaky manipulative thing and these men know what they're doing. Anyways, like I said, just like the mirror aspect of it, me disassociating, me like trying to shrink myself to not like be there because it was not enjoyable at all. Rape. That's like another thing. Like when somebody's not checking in with you, asking, are you okay? Just like basically fucking the shit out of you and basically thinking like that's what you want. Like, no, babes, that's assault, coercion. You one saying it's just a tip and then you going against that and continuing to do 4 to 5 strokes and then asking me, oh, can we just fuck? In that moment, I just froze and then fawned. And if you don't know what fawning is, it's like people pleasing. And it's just like doing what I guess, the other person does. So I think that's also why I'm giving myself so much grace with the things with some summer fling because how that went down is I was fawning. And I know a lot of people, when I talk about it later on, will be like, well, you were definitely people pleasing. Why did you keep going back? Why did you whatever? Because I was fawning, bitch. And when trauma like that happens to you, especially when like there's still some good qualities, it really confuses the fuck out of you. And I think that's why it was so good for me to have that business trip, because it allowed me to have that time to really reflect and think about, is this what I want to be in? Anyways, back to it. There was also like, oh my God, like, wow, men really know how to trigger me, because like this is where it just felt way too similar, and like I was doing way too fucking much. And when I realized that I start doing way too fucking much is when I gotta get the fuck out of there. And this is why I don't like doing too much for men, because when I start doing too much, that's when y'all think that shit's cute. Because the thing about me, especially with being a Capricorn, is I love loyalty as fuck. Like I like if, especially if you're showing me that loyalty, if you're taking care of me, providing for me, like, you know what I mean? But don't sell me no fucking fake ass dreams. If you can't provide for me, you need to say that shit straight the fuck up. Stop future faking. I fucking hate that shit. Anyways, back to dude ass. After everything, like, even when I was like kissing him, he literally told me, "You're doing way too much." Oh, okay. And it's like moments like that where it's like you're trying to embarrass me, then you're asking me to suck your dick, then it's like you're taking forever to come. Like, what the fuck are we? I'm never sucking dick again. Like, at this point in my life, like, I don't want to suck dick. Nope, nope. Y'all ruined that. Y'all, that so many men have ruined me sucking dick, and the way that I suck dick so good, y'all don't fucking deserve it. My husband deserves it. Cause at this, I'm not sucking dick until I got a ring on my fucking finger. Then then you can really see how it is. But no, I'm not sucking dick. Respect it. Sorry, go jerk off in the bathroom. Like, I really don't care at this point how you get off, but it's not gonna be with me. I'm so serious. Like, I've been traumatized way too much, where all of a sudden, like, y'all want to pretend like my pleasure matters, but then at the end of the day, you'll somehow switch it to making your pleasure matter, but then traumatizing me in the end. Y'all, you see, I go on so many tangents because I be getting pissed the fuck off. Anyways, back to the story. Like I said, making me suck his dick, all that other stuff. Finally, the nigga nuts, after like thinking that fucking me in all these weird ass positions, like that you were doing something. You lucky I don't dox your bitch ass right now. I probably will in the future, but you're lucky I don't do it right fucking now. You know who you are. I'll say their initials, CJ. Yeah, so you know who the fuck you are. Um, Other than that though, like, literally it was so embarrassing. I had to climb out of his window, run down the fucking hill, around the block, and got in my car because his mom literally pulled up. And when I tell you that was divine alignment, that I got up out that fucking house before she came home. I went home. Then I literally forgot to pee because I was like, fuck, I forgot I just fucking had sex because I didn't want to do that in the first place. Came back home and then peed. And then I was like, fuck, like, I forgot to pee. Like, I'm going to get like I hope I don't get a UTI or whatever. Then tell me why the nigga ghosts me and literally like stops responding, doesn't check up on me, doesn't whatever. And I'm just like, wow. Like, I genuinely feel like so used right now. Like, and I was like, starting to think about that. I'm like, I didn't want that. Like, that's literally not what I went there for. I told him that straight up. And that was also another thing that he said. He's like, so you want me to just ask you to be my girlfriend right now? No, because it needs to be in a special way, not just like lazy as fuck just so you can fuck me. The fuck? And that's also like why when my ex asked me out, even though he asked me out in the laziest fucking way, I don't even want to say, it was so embarrassing. This man asked me out in bed. Oh, just like, oh, do you want to be my girlfriend? Embarrassing. The crumbs I was accepting. Like, this is why I don't do this shit no more, bro. And even then I said yes, but I had to tell him, like, I hope you don't think that means we're having sex. Dead ass. Anyways. So then after all of that, like, I started, like, to come to, like, realization, like, oh, that was coercion. Coercion, sexual assault. And then also on top of the whole thing with, oh, can I put the head in? And then you doing 4 or 5 strokes. That's rape. That's rape. So, however, other people want to, justify, because rape isn't just like violent all the time. That's the thing about sexual assault. And that's the thing that y'all really have to become like more weary about, is that sexual assault and rape is very covert. It's very covert. That's also another reason why I don't drink, because 1, I just don't like it. 2, it's a spiritual aspect. 3, when you get drunk and you get blackout drunk, you're basically allowing entities to take over your body. And that's why a lot of people don't remember what they did when they're blackout drunk. That's why people make stupid fucking decisions when they're blackout drunk because, oh, I didn't remember doing that. Yeah, because an entity took over your body to see what it was like to be human for a couple hours. I'm not doing that to myself. On top of that, too, it's just like so many vulnerable, like, situations have happened, like, more specifically, women getting assaulted when they were drinking. So, no, it's like, I'm not trying to be asked the question, were you drinking? No, because I don't drink. I'm not going to have people question my truth because of what they think. You know what I mean? When it comes to alcohol. So it's just like with alcohol, I'll drink, I'll take maybe a shot on vacation, but like for me to finish a whole drink and get like tipsy drunk, no, that's never going to be me. Never. Even when I was in Bali, like, no, no, thank you. I wanted to very like, I was suffering to say the least. Other than that though, like, yeah, he ghosted me. I came to terms with it. Like, I really started to like journal, do shadow work. That's the thing about shadow work. It's like you can ignore it all you want, but that shit's going to rule your life until you face the fucking shadow and just come to terms with it. That's also like another reason why I even chose to talk about this in the first place is because my ego is not going to sit here and define who I am and make me feel ashamed of not talking about this because it's just like the amount of like things that have happened to me sexually is the reason why I'm basically asexual. Like, I thought I was demisexual, but, even after, like, being faked out to think that I had some type of emotional connection with someone just because, they show me the bare minimum, like, that's where I'm just like, well, fuck, look, it happened again. Like, okay. Anyways, so we're basically moved on from CJ, that incident, because there's really nothing else to talk about. Like I said, rape doesn't have to be all in your face. And I was screaming, no, no, no. Like, you know what I mean? I mean, I did say no and I did disassociate. Did he do anything about that? No. So there's really nothing I can do about it. And I think that's also another reason why I'm even talking about it in the first place is because I can't do anything about it. That shit was in the past. That shit was what? Coming up on 6 years ago? Like, I was a teenager. I'm going to be every version of myself. I'm not just the inner child, but I'm also my inner, middle child, not middle child, but like, before puberty and then the teenager phase. And then even just like my young adulthood, like I'm still going through it. I'm still my 21-year-old self, just a more evolved version. Like, that's kind of how I look at it. Like, I'm never going to abandon the past versions of myself because they are like, they made me who I am today. So that's why, like, with that, it's just like, okay, there's nothing I can do at this point but continue to talk about it, live in my truth, and not be ashamed when people ask me why I am the way that I am. Like I said, the truth is going to come out no matter what. I'd rather be the one telling that truth. With my ex, that shit just, yeah, no. With the people in between, I did unfortunately spin the block on the boy that I lost my virginity to. That was a whole other thing. Completely embarrassed myself in front of his current girlfriend. That's like a whole other story for another day. Um, and then on top of that too, like, I think I have like a new superpower at this point, or just the like intuition in itself, because this has happened way too many times, and the amount of times that like it hasn't worked out with men tells me exactly what the fuck I need to be told. So when I spun the block on the guy that I lost my virginity to, um, I want to label these men, but it's like I don't want to, like, they're very easily identifiable in a way. Like, if you went to high school with me, I don't really care. We'll call him. Well, I'm like, do I do initials or do I just fuck it? We're gonna call him RH. So RH, that was the one that I was like low key like infatuated with. Unfortunately, like, I don't know, something about that nigga. He had a hold over me. Shit. And unfortunately, he was a white man. Like, so whenever I say nigga, like, I know y'all are like, oh my God, you're calling these white men nigga and they're not even niggas. Shut the fuck up. I sound like those Hispanics. They're like, shut the fuck up, you fucking nigga. Anyways, or should we just call him Restoration Hardware? Yeah, we're gonna call him Restoration Hardware because that's RH. If you know, you know. So Restoration Hardware, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I kind of embarrassed myself in front of his current girlfriend, but that was the thing. Like, the nigga would always be like, "Oh, I don't want a relationship right now," but then would literally be in a relationship 2 months later after fucking with me. So I'm like, "Oh, you really did fuck with me like that? Okay, okay, I get it, I get it. But yeah, I literally threw up. like, and if y'all know anything about me, I literally have emetophobia, and emetophobia is the fear of throwing up. And the reason for that is because when I was a kid, I had a kidney infection, and I went to the hospital, and I couldn't keep anything down. Like, I literally would throw up everything I ate. So that's why, like, it kind of like allowed me to, not allowed me, what the fuck, nigga? It like, what is it? Created a fear of throwing up. So like I literally will do everything in my power to not throw up, but sometimes a nigga gotta throw up. So when him and I would be like kissing, like I literally would feel like I had to throw up. And even one time, like we were doing stuff and I literally threw up like midway while we were doing stuff. And if that isn't like a sign, because like I don't throw up, like even like I'm not like a nauseous person. I don't get car sick. I don't get plane sick or like motion sickness of that sorts. Like I would say I have a pretty strong stomach. So like for me to throw up, like that's definitely like a sign from the fucking universe. So that was like already the first sign of like it not being something that was going to be worth my while. And after a while, again, like this is always, I end up doing too much, because that's the thing that, man, that's just like fucking annoying thing. And this is why like I will always have like my walls up, because niggas will literally act interested in you. And I'm like, okay, because when niggas all about reciprocity. So I'm like, you're showing interest in me, I'm gonna like partially show interest in you. I'm gonna ask you if you want to hang out, if you're free. But clearly I can't do that no more, because when I start doing that, then I'm doing too fucking much. And that's where it's just like when I started doing that, oh, the niggas started hating my guts. And I'm just like, oh yeah, so I'm gonna like remove myself from the situation, because I am going crazy. Because like I just basically sent him a text. Like it wasn't no bad blood or nothing like that, like how we ended it off, but it was more of just like, I'm doing too fucking much. Like if you are sitting there and basically like trying to be like, yeah, we can be friends, but you're not being a friend, why the fuck would I stick around? Because people who I have in my life are not going to do that to me. So that's why, like with him, I just respectfully said, I said, hey, Restoration Hardware, like I can just tell like you're not able to be the friend that I need right now. Like I wish you literally nothing but the best, but like this is just not gonna work out. Like I don't want to be friends anymore. And niggas are pussies, because he never responded to that. He just unadded me on stuff, and I was like, exactly. Like y'all prove my fucking point every fucking time, and that's the shit that pissed me off about y'all. So then after that, like after Restoration Hardware, um like then it was Trader Boy. No, it was a boy from the club. Ooh, I was doing way too much with that ginger ass man. Boy from the club, we'll call him Club Boy, did too much. I did give him head. He nutted in like 6 minutes. I mean, what can I fucking say? I mean, after that he ghosted me too. Okay, cool. um then after that, who was it? Trader Boy. And then he, wow, I can't even say too much because too many people know that story, but all I gotta say, wow, he like still follows me and like still likes my shit. Like, okay, we didn't end off like nothing too crazy, so like I don't really care for you like to watch my shit. Like what's the thing, like I said a quote where it's like, I'm fueled by spite, so I'm gonna like get into rooms that you have no capacity of getting into, so like good luck. That's like my type of spite. So even like I saw him the other day at Trader, because obviously he still fucking works there. The nigga looked depressed. I try to be humble, no shame, no ego. I try to reach out because I'm like an empath, so it's just like I can read energy very well. He looked depressed, so I just reached out. I was like, hey, I saw, when I saw you at work, like you look depressed. Like, are you okay? Like, I typically don't reach out to people, and I never will. That's why I don't fucking reach out to people, because the nigga didn't respond. Now I'm embarrassed, and I unsent the chat, because no. If you wanted to reach out, or if you wanted to have any type of conversation, you could figure that shit out. So that was just like another thing where it's just like, okay, I'm always going to see him. Like, you live in the same city that I do, and you work at my local Trader. What the fuck else am I supposed to do? Also, there was another cute Trader coworker of his. I said, ooh, you got glasses, you got locks. He complimented me on my tattoo. I said, oh, you like that? So after Trader Boy, then there was Hinge Boy. Y'all, Hinge Boy traumatized my ass. I said I can't do this no more. Y'all got the game fucked up. Y'all got the game fucked up. Him and I like did stuff, and that's why I be saying like, when a nigga pushes your boundaries. When a nigga like he was giving quadroon, like he was definitely giving quadroon, but he wanted to like act like he was como se dice, so racially ambiguous that his life was so hard. Babes, you have a biracial daddy that's like light skinned, and then you have a white mother. You're a quadroon, if anything. So I don't want to hear anything about, oh my god, my identity is so hard. Like, it kind of isn't, because your mom's kind of racist too. Like, I never will understand that shit. Like, okay, anyways. Yeah, he got the game fucked up because, mind you, I just got a wax. Literally, my wax lady is like, you are not supposed to do anything. Don't do no sexual stuff because the saliva, it's literally an open wound. Basically, you're not supposed to go to the gym. You're not supposed to go swimming. You're not supposed to go in a hot tub. So if a man again coerced me into fucking, even if you're pleasuring me, nigga, that's still coercion. Boom, another coercion. God damn, I can't fucking win. So that was also another thing. Boom, broke the fuck out after he ate me out. I said, okay, did he give me a nut? Okay, yeah, that was cool. But the way my pussy broke out after that, yeah, dirty fucking mouth, bitch ass. And mind you, like, I go and get tested like for fun. Like, I don't play. And also, like, I do have to wait a couple months because that's the thing about STDs and dormants and all that stuff, is it can be 3 to 6 months. So I'm gonna wait another like 3 months to go get tested, just because I get tested on the regular, like clockwork. Like, that's something that I'm not going to play with, as my sexual health, which is why I continue to stay abstinent. After Hinge Boy, he ghosted me too. I said, all right, bet. I made a whole YouTube video where I was like, I got ghosted, so I bought a new car. LMA. Yo, that car gave me so many issues though, so yeah, that was kind of my karma. After that, I'm not even joking, stayed abstinent. I did not talk to no man for like 2 years because I'm in not high school, nigga. I'm in college. When I stopped talking to men after Hinge Boy, that's when I transferred colleges. That's when I started ASL interpreting. That's when I, really started to get into the program. And already me transferring, I had to repeat my junior year. And everyone knows junior year is the fucking hardest. So why would I go out and get a man my junior year, transferring schools, doing a hard ass fucking degree? That just doesn't sound smart. So like, I literally told myself, I was like, no, I can't talk to no man like on some romantic shit genuinely until I graduate. Like, that was a rule I had for myself. And so just so happened, y'all, that's why I say don't date your coworkers. Like, I'm so dead ass. Do not date your coworkers. What are we gonna call him? Oh, Summer Fling, duh. So Summer Fling was obviously my coworker, and like, he had gotten me a graduation present. Man, I'm never hyping up another man again. Cause yes, they can get you a present, and yes, they can, like, try to whatever. But if the present isn't you, don't get happy about no shit. I don't know how many times I have to say I don't fucking drink. Why the nigga give me 2 Don bottles? Okay, cool. Got me a weak ass fucking fan. Fuck you, fucking nigga. I'm so irritated because I really accepted the bare minimum. Then got me like an evil eye, like, chain or whatever with my initial. Threw that shit away. People don't realize, like, if you do me dirty, I'm so quick to throw away whatever you gave me. I'm not sentimental about no shit. The only thing I'm sentimental about is the t-shirt that my ex-friend gave me when she went to the Philippines. Yeah, I still got that shit because it's a cute t-shirt. I'm not throwing that shit away. But other than that, like, no, your shit's getting thrown the fuck away with quickness. So I threw that shit away. He had like got me a weak ass shirt off of Depop that literally was used and abused. Okay. Are you trying to like breadcrumb me and like set me up for like weak ass fucking gifts because I said I like gifts? Okay. Anyways, so he had gotten me that, and then he got me a card that was like, divine alignment or whatever, like trying to be like, okay, you stalked me, weirdo bitch. And then the quote that he did from like my high school graduation wasn't even like accurate. You got it wrong, but okay, I'll give you a little bit of, whatever for the effort. And I said I like gifts, so yeah. Other than that though, like, he like was planning dates. That was the thing. Like, and I think that's kind of like what roped me in. And he's like, oh, like, what, why'd you give me a chance or whatever? I'm like, because you're pursuing me, you're taking me out on dates. I say I want something, you do it. Simple as that. But then it's like, when they think that they got you and you think that like you're comfortable, that's when they start like trying shit. And basically, like, the reason why I know why I was even coerced in the first place is I told this man my boundaries many times. And already, like I said with Dr. Umar, why am I yelling? You're blocked. Why do I have to repeat my boundaries more than once? And that's also the thing with men, is they know what they're doing and they purposefully be rage baiting. If you if I just told you, hey, don't do this, and you do it, and I have to repeat myself, don't do that, and then you still try to find other ways and then like blame me and like, what do they call it? Like blame shift or shift blame, whatever the fuck. Like, you know what the fuck you're doing. So in that instance, that's where I was just like, the thing with coercion, and especially like with somebody you're dating, is you really like this person, and that was the thing, like slash problem with this person, is the fact that you sat there and you would like give me the nut first, and then you would go and coerce me, and or you would go and try to do shit that would, would push my boundaries, and I would say it every time, and then people would be like, well, why are you going back? Because the way that these men are so good with words, unfortunately, like, I think when it comes to the next person that I talk to, like, y'all not gonna hear from me. I really need to like maybe have one point of contact and not tell anybody else about it until this person like makes me their like girlfriend. Cause there's certain things where it's just like, I think that was also like another covert thing where it's like when men are like, you're not like, who did you tell? Like, are you telling people like our business? Cause usually it's like, no, I don't really try to be telling people our business. But like, if I tell my sister everything, yeah, I'm going to keep telling her everything. Like, and that's another thing. Like, you can't sit there and try to like have people be like, oh, don't say nothing, or don't talk to that person, or like just keep it between us. That's another side of manipulation, because you don't want niggas to connect the dots into your manipulation. And we'll get into that later on, because is all I have to fucking say when it comes to these niggas. So after that, like the first time, like really, really like violated me, bro. Like, and that's what I'm saying. Like the assault doesn't need to be extreme and crazy for it to be claimed assault. That's the issue. And that's how people get away with shit, because when you look at the situation, it's like, well, you allowed it, you were there, but then that's how we get into victim blaming, and then that's also how we get into not understanding this, even like the spectrum of sexual assault. Let's be real, because at the very end of the spectrum we have like that violent sexual assault, but then at the other end of the spectrum we have the covert building trust, trying to like make it seem like you're the crazy one. Because I told this man, I said, you're literally rage baiting me. I have had to repeat myself so many times, and I don't like repeating myself. So why are we having this conversation over and over again? That's the issue. So also the thing with him is he was so covert about it too. And just like different instances, I say I don't want to have sex. Why is your bare dick on my vagina? Okay, cool. You trying to put the head in. What did I just fucking say? And I'm honest with men too. I'm like, no, I was raped. Like, and that's how I was raped. So for you to try to do that on me, boom. And I think that was the thing with this man. And people are like, well, why did you keep going back? Is because, bitch, I was fawning. The first time that it happened, I kind of felt like I regressed back to my 17-year-old self, where this situation had happened, and I started to fawn because in a way I still wanted this person to like me? Question mark. Like, no, baby girl, that's not how it needs to happen. And so that's also where it was just like doing things sexually. Every time we would do something sexually, obviously that's why I made that YouTube video, why being horny is dangerous, because they will get you to a certain point of horniness where they think you're going to fold, where they think you're just going to be like, okay, fuck it, let's just have sex. No, I'm not that person. And I don't know why my one boundary where I say, no, I don't want to have sex, you're still trying to have sex with me. What are we even talking about at this point? So after like all of that stuff, like there was just so many like little like micro instances, and that's why I'm saying like they're very covert about it. But it happened like right before I left for my business trip. I'd say that was like the one time like where I really spoke up and said something, because I was like, you're basically trying to stick your dick in me, and this is what we're not gonna do. And after that I was just like, I kind of got the ick, because I'm just like, this is not fun anymore. Like, this is not enjoyable. And like there's certain things where like, you know what I mean? Like your intuition is trying to tell you these things. And like with him and like with every other man after Restoration Hardware, literally like I would throw up. Like I would not throw up, but like I would gag, like to the point of basically feeling like I was about to throw up. And if that's not a telltale sign that that man is not for me, then I don't know what is. So that's why I'm saying like in this instance, like my body and the universe were literally trying to warn me, and I ignored it. And that's also another thing. Like I chose to ignore it, and that's what I get, because that's the thing with the universe is they want to see if you're willing to level up. Okay, you say you're ready, you're done with post grad. We're going to send you almost like an exact copy, replica, right? And we're going to have the same situations happen in front of you. Have you learned from it? Have you? No? Okay. Now the cycle's going to come around again. Maybe in like a year, because genuinely I don't know if I want to talk to any man after this. Hold on. Your girl needs a little sip of water. That was actually perfect timing because my neighbor literally came out. But what I was talking about is just like, it's just so frustrating because it's like they kind of do it in very covert ways where they build that trust with you. And that's where I'm just like, if there have been certain ways where I've said like, I don't want to do stuff, or I don't know. It's just like the universe has always given me signs. And like I said, I ignored it. And, that is on me. I was doing some crazy fucking shit, like driving to that man's house that was like 45 minutes to an hour away. I don't even want to say that. Oh my God, I'm embarrassed. Like, granted, he was filling my tank. Okay, cool. But that's like, granted, the bare minimum. That's the bare fucking minimum of you filling my tank. Okay, cool. Like, give me the dollar. And then even like, that's what I'm saying too. Like, when I started to drive out there, like, he started getting lazy. We're not planning dates. Like, now we're not going out to eat. Like, you know what I mean? And like, you need to dilly dally with me. Like, we need to do some shit. Now you don't want to drive up to the city. Like, and then mind you, like, he got fired from the job because he was a coworker. This is why I say you can't date coworkers. So he got fired, and that was also like a big ick. So basically, where everything like came to a head was como se dice, when I was on my business trip in Arizona. And like for me, it's more of like the respect part, where that I'm like 2 days of the conference, I'm busy 8 to 5. And even like when he's at work, mind you, because Minnesota is where we are, that's from 10 to 7. So because he had all that time, he was at work most of the time. But even when he was at work before, he knew like he would be texting me and all that other stuff. And that's why like the next relationship that I get in, like I'm not on that good morning beautiful. Good, shut the fuck up. I'm so serious. Like, shut the fuck up. I'm so sick of the good morning beautiful shit. Like, give me the dollar. Like, and this is where I'm also like kind of irritated, because it's just like I try to be humble in a sense, and this is why I don't know why I was humbling myself in a way, because like I'm so sick of like, I just made my video talking about like tricking, and like I don't necessarily want to be tricked on, but I do want to be spoiled. Like, I want to be appreciated. And that's where it's like in this instance where it's like I was trying to be humble because everybody in my life is always telling me I'm so materialistic, I'm so conceited, all I care about is money. Yes. Because look at what happens when even I try to be a fucking humble ass bitch. When it came to this shit, still got assaulted. Ooh. Still got assaulted. From a broke bum bitch ass nigga. That's not even a nigga. I don't know why. I just say nigga because I refer to everybody as a nigga. Nigga, 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 nigga. But, yeah, the realization really started to set in when I was in Arizona, because I'm like, now you want to be distant. And right before my trip too, you want to talk about, oh, there's these coworkers where they think I'm cute. Okay, bitch. Okay. And that's also another thing, like, when I came back from my trip, this man cared more about getting a fucking haircut in the city than planning a date with me. I said, all right, bet. Because my boyfriend would never do that. My man would never do that. Like, and I'm so sick of niggas who are always trying to claim you, but you ain't doing nothing to fucking claim me. What the fuck? You ain't taking care of me. You ain't maintaining me. You ain't never paid for my nails, hair, nothing. So what the fuck makes you think that I'm finna be tripping over a nigga that ain't never done nothing for me? The fuck? You ain't never paid a bill. You literally told me to my face. You literally soft launched my face. Not even soft launch, hard launch. Yeah, I budgeted my money, and we're not going to be able to go on as many dates, and oh, I'm not paying your bills. We're not in a relationship. Oh. Like, you really didn't fuck with me. Like, okay, cool. And that's also another thing, because it's like I said, we were coworkers, right? My other coworkers have known the nigga longer than me. And that's why niggas don't want you to talk. Because when you start corroborating is when you're making shit up. When you start, like, going back and forth with other people, like, really, like, seeing what the evidence is, seeing who this person is, and, like, comparing stories, and being like, well, he told me this. Oh, no, he told that to everybody. Oh, you really thought you were special. You thought you were special, huh? No, bitch. You're like every other bitch. So that's why in that instance too, like when he didn't like plan shit with me when I got back, I knew instantly. I said, you're a fuck ass nigga. You're a fuck ass nigga for that shit. And granted, I'm so glad because I worked on a Sunday. So after that, I smoked with my coworkers. Oh, bitch, they spilled all the tea on him. All the tea. And also, it's like where I work at, like we're able to get concert ticket at times, but like you got to ask the big dog. And like I thought he had a close relationship with him. No, not after you were fired for being a dumbass bitch. Like, him getting fired definitely gave me the ick. And that's why I'm just like, no, thank you. So after all that, I'm like, why would I be with a man who has connections but can't do shit with his connections for the person that he's with? And then I'm also like, I see all the shit that you do for other people, but you're not doing the same shit for me. And then, like I said, talk, talk, talk. Always words, like he was just words over actions. You are a very, very good smooth talker. I see how all the other bitches were able to fucking stay for so long because you act like you're a good communicator, but really it's manipulation. It's manipulation. Because even when I got on the phone with him and I was like ending stuff basically, and he's like, oh, I'm about to get a second job. So yeah, I'm literally not going to have any time for you. So where do you want this to go? I said, the fuck, nigga? You think I'm going to sit here and wait around for you? You really think I'm going to sit here and wait around for you? And then it was also like, one thing about me, one thing about Reese motherfucking Ireland is I hate, hate, hate a liar. Why are you lying? People call me mean so often, rude, blunt, whatever, however you want to say it, because I say shit right to their fucking face. I always like to say, I'm not talking shit because I say that shit to your face. That's also why, like, if I were to interview people, like, more specifically, like, well-known people or whatever, bitch, I'm asking you the motherfucking tea that everybody wants to know. Why do you keep trying to beat around the bush on this shit? Let's fucking talk about it. So that's where I'm just like, why are you lying? When you start catching that nigga in little fucking lies, leave after the first lie. If a nigga asks you, oh, why'd your last relationship end? Don't even tell him. Be like, that's for you to figure out. I told him straight up. Because it's the truth, though. I said inconsistency, and the nigga was broke. What did the nigga start doing? Being inconsistent. What was he acting like? Broke. Because you can spend money on everybody else and everything else. And that's also another thing. If a nigga tells you how much money he's spending in front of your face, like, oh, I gotta spend 10,000. But that nigga ain't spending money on you. I've seen niggas go broke for women. Max out credit cards. I'm all about being financially responsible. But if you're telling me all the shit that, like, that's another white lie. When I first met him, oh yeah, my car's paid off. Now I'm talking to him. Oh yeah, I had to refinance my car. That's news to me. Why are you just now telling me this? We've been talking for a month now. You see what I mean? Like, little fucking lies here and there. So that's where I'm just like, y'all niggas are crazy. I'm also sorry, not sorry. And I've said this so many times. Nigga, the bare minimum, you got to graduate high school. I try to give him a chance. You didn't even graduate high school. I'm like too intelligent for a dumb nigga. And maybe it's like not even like sapio, whatever, because like you can be common sense smart, street smarts, all that stuff, right? That's one thing. But you gotta at least graduate motherfucking high school. If I am a black woman with a college fucking degree, bachelor's of science, bitch, graduating from a private school, debt motherfucking free. I don't owe Sally Mae. I don't owe FAFSA. I don't owe no bank, no money for student loans. The only bank that I owe money for is for my damn car. And even that bitch is about to get paid off. So that's where I'm saying, like, I look at you bitches because I'm just like, what are we talking about right now? Why are we lying? I don't like dishonest bitches. So when he started doing the little lies here and there, I should have known. I should have known. But you know what? Because I haven't been in a relationship in 4 years, basically. Oh my God. No, literally August. When did we break up? Like August 6th? Oh my God. Oh my God. The Kalani concert. Oh my God. This is so fucking full fucking circle. Because if you know anything, Kalani came to Minnesota, specifically the Armory, back in what, 2022? Because that's when I broke up with my ex. She came here 2022 with Rico Nasty. I literally went to her concert right after I broke up with my ex. Literally, I'm about to go to the Kalani concert. Not only right after, obviously, 2-3 weeks after I just ended it with this man, but that will be the 4-year anniversary of me being single. And if that's not almost like I said, a full fucking circle moment, then I don't know what is. So that's also where it's kind of like the universe doesn't play about me. Like this was a cycle that needed to repeat because also he was kind of giving my ex. Like there were some cycles that were repeating and I was just trying to like brush past them, but it's also like it was giving retrograde. Like shit was not going to last past retrograde. The universe was not going to allow that shit. And that's the thing with the universe, as hard-headed as I can be and I don't want to listen, they're going to make it so abundantly clear that this is not my person. Especially when I ask them like, universe, show me like this is not my person. Boom. Next fucking day. You know what I mean? So like with him and just like how things went down, bare minimum ass fucking bitch. Bare minimum. And I'm so sick of men thinking that they're dominant just because they have to compensate in other fucking ways. You know what I mean? Like, and you trying to be dominant, a man who's dominant will understand boundaries. A man who's dominant, I won't have to say something more than once because a man who's dominant will be able to take what I'm saying and understand that and not like disrespect me. That's why I'm just so irritated like with these men and how they think that like this is why I don't date. This is why I don't even give a pussy. Like this is why being horny is dangerous. This is why I make the YouTube videos that I do. And this is also why I know you're like, oh my fucking God, how many times? This is why I'm hot. This is why I make this and why I'm basically airing out my fucking business right now. Because I cannot keep making and continuing the same fucking cycle. I genuinely can't. And I'm glad that this was, this happened, retrograde. We're in the post shadow period. I'm learning my lesson. I'm learning all of the, things that I'm going to take in for the rest of the year. But genuinely, after this, I need the rest of the year to focus on myself. I don't want to talk to nobody. I don't want to do stuff with nobody. If you want to build a friendship, cool. But even building a friendship is a slippery slope when it comes to these men. I don't want to like completely like guard my heart. So I don't want to say like I'm going to be closed off for the rest of the year. But I'm definitely just going to be like a lot quicker to cut niggas off. Because what the fuck are we even talking about at this point? So yeah, y'all, that was like it's already an hour in. I don't know how much longer I'm going to yap for. Probably not too much longer, but I kind of just wanted to give y'all like the synopsis on who I am, my dating history, and why I am the way that I am and why I have the opinions that I do. I'm going back to being a materialistic ass bitch and give me the fucking dollar. If you don't have anything to fucking give me or benefit me, get the fuck out my fucking face. I'm so serious. I'm going back to being a mean bitch. I am. A bitch who knows what she wants and is not going to settle for nothing less. Because look what happens. I try to be nice. Niggas were, you're being mean. You're being mean. Okay? I try to be nice. Look what fucking happened. Look what happened when I try to be nice. Fucking exactly. So I'm done giving men the benefit of the doubt. These men rage bait the fuck out of me on purpose. And then are just smooth talkers and know what the fuck they're doing. Summer fling, if you're listening to this and you listen to this whole thing through, I really pray for the next girl that deals with your bitch ass. Because that's the thing about talking to coworkers and listening to other stories is they aired your shit out. Not even to like snitch or, expose my sources, but you like this is why you didn't want other people talking about you. Because they were literally going to air your shit out. I'm airing my shit out and his shit out because this is how I'm coping right now with everything that just happened and how I'm even going to move forward in the fucking future. Learn about coercion. Coercion is sexual assault and sexual assault can be rape. They just say sexual assault to water it down for the people who don't want to hear rape. Let's be real. Other than that though, Reese Ireland's dating history, like I said, the cons far outweigh the fucking pros. So until I really get up there, get established, or be with someone who knows me and is willing to spend the dollar, I'm not interested. I'm really not. I'm only interested in being a pretty, pretty princess. And even sometimes with princess treatment, it's like, you shouldn't leave your brain off. Shut the fuck up. I just want to be treated with respect and to be spoiled at the end of the day. I think that's what a lot of women want, and not to be dogged out. You know what I mean? Other than that, though, I definitely feel like I've yapped a lot. Like, enough. How do I want to end this off? I really hope that, if you're out there struggling with something similar, or you didn't even realize that coercion could be considered sexual assault and that sexual assault could be considered rape, I would recommend you go do some shadow work. Because this also, in a way, is my own shadow work. Like being able to really just verbalize the things that I've gone through and how they've affected me as a person. Like, this is why I am the way that I am. Other than that, though, I really hope y'all enjoyed episode 2, Capping Like a Corn, and I will see y'all in my next episode. Bye, y'all.